doesn't even rhyme.
Yeah, it does.
Bring it back on the mic.
Gotta vote.
Everybody up. Go.
Would you sign off?
Turn my cup on the mic.
Gotta vote.
Let me in.
That's for us. Go weird. Bring it back on the mic.
Gotta vote.
Everybody up. Go.
Would you sign off?
Turn my cup on the mic.
Gotta vote.
Let me in.
That's for us. Go weird. Bring it back on the mic.
Gotta vote.
Everybody up. Go.
Would you sign off?
Turn my cup on the mic.
Gotta vote.
Let me in.
That's for us. Go weird. Bring it back on the mic.
Gotta vote.
Everybody up. Go.
Would you sign off?
Turn my cup on the mic.
Gotta vote.
Let me in.
That's for us. Go weird.
And all was over me, and Dad made a sound. And all was over me, and Dad made a sound.
Bring it back on the
All
mic.
was over me,
Everybody up. Go.
and Dad made a sound.
Turn my cup on the
All
mic.
was over me, and
That's for
Dad
us.
made a
Go weird.
Wow.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another Darachat. I sound a little off on that one. My name is Daramouthe, or Dara for short, and welcome to my wonderful guest for the second time, CorinthPanther. Welcome, hello, CorinthPanther. How are
Hello,
you?
and thank you for having me back. I apologize to everyone for canceling the last time. Medical issues prevented me from getting on.
Yeah. Well, don't worry about that. I once you gave that, I was like, oh, okay, so not it's gonna be a while. But yeah, no, I'm glad you're able to come back and hope at least find out what your situation is, because it's never fun when you have to deal with something medical, whether it be
No.
yourself or family member. Yeah, so
No,
it's
never.
it's never fun. No, but anyway, other than that, have you been able to keep up with your fantasy work, or you've had to put that off to the side?
I've had to put it off to the side. I couldn't.
Mhm.
I was feeling so miserable that even just trying to do the edits that I needed to was like, no, this ain't happening. So
Jeez.
the hope is this week I will get something out. I do have some announcements.
Ooh, nice.
Yep, I decided I was going to start a subscribe star.
Ooh, even nicer. Yeah, that's pretty
Yep.
cool.
See if I can get some donations in. I don't expect it, but I can hope.
Yeah. I think everyone who creates in one form or another kind of hopes for that subscription
Yep.
stuff. But it's always a so it's like I've compared donation stuff to sort of like if you're a waitress or a delivery
Yes.
driver, it's basically tips. And
Exactly.
I used to deliver pizza, and I'll tell you what, I would deliver to a well-known college, and they were stingy on tips.
Oh, college
So,
students are a little broke.
well, not their parents, but they are obviously.
Yeah, exactly. They're broke.
And it wasn't just that, but this college would have summer camps, right? They'd have
Mhm.
kids come out and do summer camps.
Right.
Even then, it's just like, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't get a
Yeah.
5 from you.
Nope. Well, keep in mind that a lot of people go, okay, you're just driving. You're not having to carry the food to and from. You're not taking my drink
Mm.
order. You're not keeping my stuff full. You're not asking me how I'm doing. You're just delivering a pizza. I'm
Mm.
not saying you don't deserve a tip. I'm just saying
Mhm.
that most people are going to say that's not enough to warrant a tip.
Well, you know what? I'll give them a tip, and it won't be pretty. It'll be like, you better clean your room. That's gonna be the tip right now. You better clean.
That is a damn good tip, though. That is a damn good tip.
It's like I haven't cleaned my room. You better clean it.
You're gonna clean your room. You gotta take care of your own shit before you start trying to fix the world, damn it.
That's right. And unfortunately, if you do clean your room, you still got a long way to go to, fix the world sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it donate. That's why we say, I appreciate it, because I never expect it, because honestly, it's a rarity. And
It
with
is.
what's going on now,
Yep.
with what's going
Especially
on
with
now,
yeah, especially with the economy the way it is. No.
Mm,
I'm
yeah.
very well aware that if I see even $1, I am going to be the most grateful person in the entire world.
Yeah, well, the Corinth, you'll be like one of those people. You'll take the framing and you'll put your first dollar up there. It's like, it's my first dollar finally.
Something like that. Yeah, I take a screenshot of the donation going, look, people actually donated. One person. I can be happy about this.
See, and the funny thing is, up on the wall back here, my first dono was up there. The first person who donated to me was Happy Mars, and he's been on the show before a few times, and so that was kind of nice to be able to bring him on because it was $2. It was $2 he donated to me, and it's been pretty fun.
I believe it. And you're sitting there going, "Oh my God, somebody donated." I'm like,
I was like,
"Ah!"
this is I got a $2. Holy crap! And then it just led to a whole cacophony of other donations too. That's why my wall is so colorful. Look at that. Ooh,
I like it.
Look at the colors.
And here I thought it was like the notes. Okay, I want this person on this day, this person on this day.
No, that's what my schedule board is for. There.
Nice.
I had to go get one. And now I use my phone. Now I use my phone to take it down when the date is settled on. When the date and time is on, I put it down on my schedule on my phone because then I won't have to forget it, right? Because if you forget it, that causes situations later. So I put it in the phone and then I come back and I transcribe it onto my writing on thing because because then that way I can go everyone, this is what the month of October looks like, right now. And this, I even filled the rest of it out. I still have a bit more to go.
Nice.
But
Very
yeah,
nice.
so the month of November is October. November is next month. Oh my goodness, you can tell how fast this year's gone.
Yeah. Don't make it November yet, please.
Oh, I won't.
I don't want to think about having to make Thanksgiving dinner.
You don't have to. You could just hire some. Well, no, it's can't do
Nope.
that. No.
Nope.
You
My
could just do
mother-in-law.
spam.
My mother-in-law expects me to cook. My mom expects me to cook, so I will cook.
Oh, well, you should do something simple. And he's like, "Look, I did cook after all. This is lame. You get to eat, don't you?"
Thankfully, my mother-in-law and my family, in-laws and mom are like, "Oh, this food, yay!" So as long as I put some effort in, they're not going to throw a fit. It's the husband who's like, "No, we want a turkey, we want mashed potatoes." I'm like, "Can we just do chicken and call it good? Spaghetti works."
There you go. Looks. I will stand on the hill. I will stand on the hill of SpaghettiOs if I have to. If I have to, sure, these SpaghettiOs is coming out of that can, and that's gonna be Thanksgiving. You're gonna
My in-laws would probably be fine with it. My husband will be like, "You don't you dare."
No, that's when you put that. That's why you make little meat, little take ground beef or whatever, and make little meatballs out of it. It's like, plop, there you go.
Gosh, no. Oh, that'd be terrible.
No, but it's it's one of those things where it does kind of get a bit frustrating where you just wanna, hey, Stefan, how are you doing, good sir? Hey, show up. There we go. Hey, how are you doing, good sir? What up? What up, indeed? Thank you for coming. Thanks for me. Thanksgiving is a great time, family stuff, but eating as well. It's just I have to cut back a little bit on the eating stuff because it's funny. When I was younger, I could probably do 2 plates and dessert. Nowadays, I can't even do a whole plate. I have to cut it down to even get something done.
With my medical, I dramatically lost weight. I needed to. Not happy about the way I did it, but I am happy to have done it. And my appetite's dropped. And it's like, okay, 1 bowl of soup is plenty. We're good. I'm not going back for seconds. And I'm much happier about that. It's like, yay, finally.
Woo! Look at that. It's Jack Tardrade. Say, guys, I hope he's doing well over there. He's playing a video game called Vice City, and he's living it up like a champ.
Interesting.
I don't know. He was driving an ice cream truck the last time I saw, so I'm a little worried.
I mean, I played Saints Row and I stole every tank under the sun, so.
Goodness.
I'm like, hey, tank!
Tank. Everyone, I got a tank finally. Yes, we need to get this lady out of the tank. She's got a big tank. Well, all right, we need to stop her right now.
That and planes. I'm like, hey, if it has a missile on it, I take it.
Oh, you are one dangerous lady.
I'm terrible at Saints Row. I love that game. fucking
Oh
love Saints
goodness.
Row. Oh my god.
I'd be worried if you were in a real tank. I'd be real worried about that one. What's this button do? Oh, okay.
Sweet! Clear the street! Go! I thought about getting a Humvee and just putting like one of those automatic machine guns up and just clear the road so you can actually
Oh
drive
no.
during the traffic. Like, yeah, we
Oh,
should do that. We
you,
should totally do that.
you are an awful person.
Yes. Okay, seriously, do you like driving in city traffic during rush hour? No, no one does. Come on. You want to clear the road. Let's
Well,
do it.
no one. I don't like driving in traffic when it's winter. Okay, you get a lot
True.
of people who
But
don't
see,
know how to
a
drive.
tank or a Humvee can handle the winter.
That's
You
true.
clear the street and just go.
I wouldn't be sliding on the street with a tank. I'd be like, I didn't know they allowed tanks anymore. Yeah, it's a little slow, but I'm not sliding.
Exactly. I don't have to worry about this.
Oh,
I don't have to worry about anything. Either that or just give me a helicopter. That might be more fun. I just fly over everything.
yeah, but during when it's really windy out,
True. No. Okay, I'll stick with the tank. I like the tank. Better idea.
we'll go with the tank. We'll stick with
We'll
the
go with
tank.
the
Yeah, you
tank.
can look sleek and cool, and also protect yourself. If someone crashes into you, it'll
I ain't
barely
getting
do
hurt.
anything to you.
I don't have anything to worry about. That's on them. They crash into me and they're fucked.
Hey, you just took out my whole front. No, you took out your whole front. I'm
Yep.
perfectly fine.
Exactly. It's not my fault you decide to run into the giant tank that you couldn't
Did-
miss unless
did
you were
my
like
tank-
not looking anywhere near the road.
Does my tank say run into this? No, that's
No.
on you.
Exactly. You should have been looking at whatever it was you were looking at instead of driving. Not my fault if you missed the giant fucking tank.
Oh goodness, no! But those Humvees, I've heard the Hummers only get like 7 miles to the gallon. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's not.
No. Actually, we're
Yeah.
talking about okay, so I also do pottery. I've been doing
Yeah.
craft shows for a while, and we had a big one just this past weekend. Well, we have a trailer, and my truck wouldn't start.
Oh.
Yeah, so we had to try and load everything up into the car, which is a 2-trip instead of 1 trip. So after that, I'm like, okay, honey, we got to replace this thing because we can't keep doing this. We can't keep fiddling around and hoping that maybe it will start or not start. And he's like, okay, fine. Well, I want a Jeep. Comes with it automatically with a tow package. Awesome.
Right.
They're 4, I think they're either 4 or 6 cylinder. They might be 8 cylinder, but either way, they're good on gas. And I have a bit of nostalgia for a Jeep because my dad had one.
Ooh.
So I'm like, I like Jeeps. The only problem I see is that loading up our 8-foot tables might be a bit of a trick. But when I mentioned to the husband, he goes, actually, you have a good point. It'd work perfectly. It'd be great for us. I'm like, sweet. So now it's just a matter of saving and getting a Jeep.
Oof. Yeah, those aren't cheap though, especially because then you add insurance onto that. Goodness sake, it's gonna go up there because when I was back in the day, when I was trying to, looking at a vehicle to get, I was looking at the Mini Cooper, right? Because I like the look of it, all that stuff, and I wanted to drive a stick shift one because I like stick shift.
Oh, I love stick. Love fucking stick.
It's just hard to find because it's either you have to find an old car or get a new car with that in there, and it's just like it's too much for either end, honestly. But yeah, so I was looking around. I was trying to go for the Mini Cooper because it was this nice little car. It's an English sort of thing.
Yeah.
But the problem of a Mini Cooper, just like any sports car, is that it's a little higher on your car insurance than say a 4-door sedan.
Right.
Right. And so that was like, once I heard that, I was like,
it'll depend on how much more it is, but it doesn't go far. So it's like, okay, it might go 20 miles in a year. Or actually 20 miles in 6 months. So it doesn't travel very far, which will cuts the insurance.
Right.
So plus we have multi-line and all kinds of other discounts because I've been with the same insurance person absolute since I started driving. Hell, let's be honest.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I've got a lot of.
Hey. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, you're fine. So we've got a lot of perks and stuff that go into it. So it would depend.
Yeah. And I've been with the same insurance, I think, for about 5 or 6 years, but it just keeps, at some point it just feels like it keeps going up.
Oh.
And and it's just
Actually, I was dropped.
really,
but it could be our age. It could be our age. I mean, I am the about 35.
Ooh, well, so what? I'm like 36, but were you trying to say you're too old?
No, you hit a certain
What?
age and your insurance drops.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's
I'm less of a risk.
Yeah. Though men always have higher insurance rates than women because you drive more. Or on average, men drive more. So your risk of being in an accident is higher.
Yes, but thankfully I've only been in one actual accident. So there's that case. And Distracted says, are all cars 4-wheel drive? No. Actually, so you go and you explain that. Go ahead.
Most cars are single wheel, either front wheel or rear wheel. Then you can get into 4-wheel, which is technically 2 wheels are moving, or all-wheel, which is all wheels are moving. The Jeep is usually a 4x4, which means that 2 wheels are moving, less likely to get stuck. But your average car, van, I'm not sure on SUVs. I think SUVs are 2-wheel. But most cars, front or rear. Crown Vic, for instance, was always rear. My husband's car is a front wheel.
Okay.
Personally, I prefer front wheel in the winter because the weight is all on the front. So you get better traction. But if you're doing anything else, really, you want that rear wheel.
Yeah, no, and I think my car is a front wheel too. But there are, I think, so there are trucks who have 4-wheel.
Yep.
And I do think there are SUVs that do have 4-wheel.
Yep.
Not all, but some.
Not all, but some. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking the average.
Yeah.
And yes, Steve, women do have parking insurance. You're 100% right.
Goodness. But no, because guess who? No, no, sir. It was a white man that hit me. Anyway.
Okay, so you actually hit. I did the hitting. My first accident, I was first learning how to drive a stick. I couldn't find the brake. Could not find the brake. I found the gas. I found the clutch. Hit a stop sign. I was not. I know, but I hadn't driven it before. My mom had my dad freaked out because she wanted me to drive, having never driven a stick before, me to drive to get the oil change. Instead of having him drive it, get the oil change, then we go somewhere that I could learn how to drive it.
Right.
So I blame my mom for my accident. If she hadn't been so insistent that I drive that car, it wouldn't have happened.
But I guess you could do that way. See, now, what happened with me is we had a family friend, mostly a co-worker of my mom's, and he was getting to leave to Grenada because he was going into, doctorate and all that stuff.
Okay.
Again, it was cheaper to go to Grenada to start out with. So what he was going to do is he was going to get rid of his car, but then, it was tough to find somebody. So we kind of I gave him a certain amount to pay him off over time, of course. But before he left, he taught me how to learn how to do stick shift because it's not an easy thing. Don't get me wrong.
It's not.
When you
You've
drive,
got to be paying attention.
Yes, exactly.
You've got to pay attention.
But it can be fun. It can be fun if you
dude. It's a blast.
Yeah, my favorite thing was I could, if you're on a hill, right, you could go easily into neutral and just kind of roll downhill and just let it take you, and then you could,
My favorite thing was, I don't want to have to actually turn the key. Hold on, let me let this thing move and then pop that clutch and start it right up.
I've never done that. Done that.
Seriously, it's fun. It's fun. My little Escort at times didn't actually want to start, So I just, give it a good push, let it start to roll, pop the clutch, and off it went.
See, and I don't know how to do that either, but
Oh, easy. You get into first gear. Actually, no, you put it in neutral. Make sure your keys turn. You get it going, and then you literally just push, depress the clutch, release. It starts.
Yeah, no, and like Steve was saying, they suppose they all use. No, there's some cars that are stick shift. Even some high end cars are stick shift. It's just
Trying to find one is nearly impossible these days.
Right, because one is that most stick shifts are older models, right? Like you have like maybe early 90s. Yeah, you had like 97 was my first car. That was the stick shift. It was a 97 Honda Accord, and that was 97. So there was later 90s and earlier. But then you have later on, and you have to buy a new vehicle with it. Otherwise, it's
you
just
have to
really
special
not
order
fun.
at this point because people don't know how to drive a stick. Everyone's gotten
You know
so
what?
comfortable with automatics that that's what they do. Most people don't drive a stick. My
Oh, goodness.
dad's Jeep was a 3 on the floor.
And it deters people from trying to steal it though, because like, what the? I can't do anything.
I don't know how to drive this. This doesn't make sense. I know. I love. Now, most heavy equipment is still stick. So your dump trucks, your backhoes, those are all stick shift.
Right.
And I remember a friend of mine, her dad owned a construction company. She could not figure out for the life of her how to drive the dump truck. I'm like, move over. Boom, 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 done. And that's like 6 or 7 different gears.
Jeez.
And I'm like, yeah, this is a piece of cake. And she's just looking at me like I'm fucking crazy. I'm like, what? I drive a stick.
Yeah, and
that's actually why I passed my driver's test. Because the guy that I took it from is like, well, she can drive a stick. I'm passing her.
Done. The funny thing is I went to take my driver's test, and you have to pass parallel parking.
Yep.
Well, I passed it, but it was on my last shot. It was on my last shot to pass it. So I passed at my last shot, and I got it. And Jack says pretty much every car in the UK is a manual. Automatics are rare, and that'd be nice if we could have more over here. But
yeah, I'd like that. The only problem I have with an automatic is that they don't usually have cruise control, and I like that cruise control.
Yeah, well, they have cruise control for manuals too, don't they?
My Escort did not. Now my husband's Probe, I think, did, but don't quote me on that. My Escort most certainly did, and that was 5 on the floor. So,
well, what up, UB? What's going on, my man? And Steve, come on now, yes, that's why it's called an automatic.
Oh my god, I think he's just pulling on chain at this point, dude. Seriously, if you don't know how to drive an automatic, you got more issues than I do, and I got plenty of those.
Yeah. No, we have our car tech here, Jack Tarlett. He's explained to Steve. Yes, pretty much you stick it in drive and it starts moving. Yes, Jack, that's a great one. Yeah, it's going well, good sir. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. I know you're still streaming like a rock star. For cruise control, you put a brick.
That kind of works. That kind of
works.
But at some point, you gotta get that. You gotta take it off at some point. I don't want to be going 90 on the expressway. I mean, I could, but I don't want to.
Marty, where we're going, we don't need roads. Why should you stick a brick on it? Because Morty, I want to see what happens.
I've never actually seen that show. I know what you're talking about. I've just never actually seen it.
Well, I was trying to do Marty, but then of course seeing Rick and Morty a little too much gets into you. So Morty, get in. We go back to the future, Morty. Gotta save your kids. But no, it's something I miss driving with stick shift. It's just it's just a hard find, like you said. It's just a
It
hard
is.
find out there. Anything you try to find it for, people are going to try to oversell it. If you try to go to a dealership, they'll try to oversell.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy because remember back when C-19 COVID hit, the what was it, the used cars, because they couldn't get the new cars in with the chips, because
Yeah,
that was
they
when the whole thing coming
skyrocketed in
back.
price.
Whew. My car was supposed to be like, it was, of course they do that anyway, right? They sell it a little more than the
Oh yeah.
value price. But when I went to go to the bank and they told me the actual price, then I noticed that they were overselling it by 3,000 to 4,000.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was just one of those things where it's just
Yeah.
no.
Oh, I know.
But then
I know.
I travel by plane. No, that's the Wicked Witch of the West. The Wicked Witch of the West.
That's any witch, unless she's gone modern and then she uses a vacuum cleaner. Just saying.
She either uses the what's the Kirby Devil or the Dyson. But that's
Yes.
a difference of opinion.
Hey, I'd go with the Kirby. You get more suction. Come on.
There's a dirty joke waiting to be written in that one.
I wish somebody would.
But no, it's I do miss doing it. It's just it's weird when after I didn't have the vehicle do it, it felt weird for my left foot because you're using your left
Yeah.
foot to do the clutch.
Exactly.
That's how that
So
goes.
what the hell is my left foot supposed to be doing now? I don't know.
Resting. It's just supposed to be resting.
I know.
Because yeah,
So
yeah,
weird. I know.
so weird. Because I remember when I was trying to learn how to drive it, I would be grinding gears. I would be hit miss the gear. It was not a fun time. It was not a fun time.
See, I never had that problem. My dad taught me how to drive the stick. So, I knew foot on the clutch, foot on the brake, foot off the clutch, foot on the gas. He made sure I knew not only how to not grind the gears, I didn't stay on the clutch, and I could skip gears. I couldn't go from 1 to 3 because my brain didn't process that motion. But 2 to 4, piece of cake.
Yeah, and you can do that when you're up. I know you can do that when you're up to enough speed, but I just miss doing it because you can get up to speed, right? With an automatic, it takes time to get there. With a manual, you could just right into it.
It felt like you were. I know what they say that the automatic's better on gas, but I swear the standard was, because I was jumping gears. I'm like, okay, I'm moving up to 3. I'm going to drop that sucker into the next gear, and oh look, I just dropped to 1. Done.
Yep.
I didn't have to go up to 3, down to 2, down to 1. It's not sure where it wants to shift. No. I picked. I know they say it's better, but I don't care. It's so much more fun to drive a stick. So much more fun.
Yeah. But what was it? But yeah, I do miss doing it. It's ridiculous of it. But yeah, it was a sad day when so what happened with the car accident is that so I was driving on like a curved road, right? It was a straight road. It was a bit of a curved road, and so there's 2 endpoints. There's one street going one way on the other side, and there's kind of sort of a twist turn way on one side. And so what happened is I was on this curved portion, and a dude was coming up here, right? And so he wanted to turn on the street over here. And so what happened was there was a car in front of him, though, and he wanted to get over as quickly as possible to beat me, as it were. And so he hit my driver's front end, and they totaled it. But yeah, it was like my airbag did go off, but it was not a fun time. I didn't get any really hurt or anything. It was just
right.
It was a shock moment.
Yeah,
and Steven
I
says,
bet.
Pulling off in a high gear like 2 can help when you have traction issues like on mud or ice. I can believe that.
Yes.
I can believe that. And he's saying, get up there. Yeah, but you wouldn't go at gear 4 down to 1 at 50 miles per hour. You hit your gearbox apart.
Yeah, that's a bad idea. I never skipped gears going down unless I
Right.
was on my break, in which case I could go from 4 to 1 because I know I'm going to be going slow enough eventually.
Yeah. And and it's understandable too because you are especially if you're trying to slow down, right? Especially in winter.
Mhm.
In winter, you could use that to your advantage because
Yeah.
the gears can help slow you down. But still,
Yep.
man, it's no joke. No
Yep.
joke at
Nope.
all.
Nope.
But yeah, that's the one thing I'm not looking forward to winter is icy roads.
We're in the right area
Mm,
for it. We really are. I'm not
I'm
looking
not.
forward to winter because it's going to kill my back.
you're you're gonna be like, oh, the snow's coming. Oh, it's coming.
Oh,
Oh,
you joke, but you mean it as a joke, but you're dead serious. We had some storms come through. I'm like, oh fuck. Okay, I can't. Wait, let me check the barometer. Yep, it's up. Oh, that's why I can't move.
yeah,
It's a thing. My
it's the
chiropractor was telling me about it, and I'm like, oh shit. So
yeah,
it's a real thing.
it's the air pressure, I believe
Exactly.
that you kind of feel that.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, I mean that's a good indicator though, because if you know it's gonna rain, it's like, oh.
I didn't realize it was gonna. I woke up this morning. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna hate today's interview because my back is so sore. Didn't realize it was gonna rain. I thought I just slept wrong. I'm still learning all the different tells.
That one says it's gonna snow. Oh, that one's
And that
gonna
one
say.
says you don't want to sleep on this thing anymore. And this one says don't sit in that chair.
And this one says don't stand on your 1 foot on a sleet day.
Uh-huh. Change your shoes now. Because
Oh yeah.
shit, those hurt.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I used to wear Dr. Scholl's for like Dr. Scholl's, not inserts, because I know you
Right.
could buy inserts, but it was just the Dr. Scholl's shoes
Mhm.
because uh, my job would require me to stand long time or be on my feet most of the time.
Yep.
So those shoes were good for just foot support and all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
But they're expensive.
Oh
Dr.
yeah.
Scholl's is not a cheap.
No, it's not.
Nope.
No,
Nope.
I might actually
And
have to look into some insole for my boots.
you
Cause
know,
my boots as are like, yeah, we don't like your back and your back doesn't like us. Now, the cheap ass well, I shouldn't say cheap because they're Skechers, but the shoes I
yeah.
got for working out,
Mhm.
my back's like, oh, those are fine. You can wear those all day. I'm like, but I don't like wearing tennis shoes, except if I'm working out. So I have to figure something
Or
out.
or if you're running really hard and trying to beat somebody.
No, I don't run. I don't
What?
run. I
You don't?
walk.
You walk. So it's that bad that you can't run anymore, huh?
No, I've never run. I hate running.
No. You hate running.
I hate running.
Unless it's for your life. I like
No,
New
even
Balance.
then, I'm like, I'm just gonna figure out the way to get around the threat to my life, so I don't have to run. Thank you.
Mhm. Yeah, I
And yes,
don't know
Amy,
about.
I like New Balance as well, but right now I don't have a good pair.
Yeah.
That didn't work.
Oh.
Yep, we're good.
Okay. But no, I've had Skechers. I've worn Skechers, Dr. Scholl's. I've worn I don't know what these shoes I have on are, but yeah, I would. I try to do like, because if you've ever been to a Meijer, sometimes they would have a sale where it'd be like you could
Yes.
buy one, get one for the
Yep.
equal or $1 or something like that. But
I love those. I do. I love those sales. You don't
'cause you
always
get
get
like the
them,
most.
but
Yeah, you have to be there at the right time. It's like, oh, the sale is here, everyone. The sale is here. One for $1. But yeah,
and if you don't pay
it's
attention to the ads, you don't see when the hell these sales come up, and you just walk into the store and like, oh my god, there's a sale going on.
everyone get it now. But
No,
yeah,
Steve,
I
if a mad
couldn't.
dog shows up, I'm shooting it. I'm just saying. I'm just shooting it. I'm not gonna run.
Now, do you know how to shoot pretty well?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because the only time I've ever really shot a gun was not a sniper rifle, but it was sort of like it was a rifle, it was just a regular
Mhm.
rifle, and there was a camp I used to go to where that would be part of sort of like their deal where they'd have like an area,
Yep.
and you could shoot. I don't know what the caliber is. It was just a regular rifle. It was like a pull
It was
back.
probably a 22.
Yeah, it was probably 20 because it had that little clip thing. You have to pull back, tick up, and then put your bullet into the little thing, and
a
then
bolt
tick
action.
down. And
Yep.
yeah, bolt
That was my
action.
first gun. That was my first gun with a 22
Yeah.
bolt action.
Yeah, it's a pretty. It was a pretty neat experience, especially if you're trying to aim. And believe you and me, my aim was my aim was not there.
My aim is better with a rifle than with a pistol, by a long
Okay.
shot. But I grew up shooting rifles. My dad was a hunter, so he made sure I knew how to shoot.
Memorex? Memorex? No, it is live. It is. We are here. Memorex is a watch, though, isn't it? I thought Memorex was a watch.
It's something.
No, that's
No, it reminds me
Rolex.
a video, VCR.
Oh, okay.
That's what it was.
Don't play those games with Dara. What games? Are you talking like racing games or shooting games? Come on, man. Don't be like that. I'm gonna pull that bite me. Come on, man. Yeah, just do it every once in a while. I was like, come on, man.
Oh, don't forget to take you out back and do push-ups.
I want to take him out back and swipe him at the shed.
I couldn't believe he did that. I'm like, what are you, 6? We're gonna go out back and fight. What? You're presidential candidate, and you're talking about okay, I guess.
When you see him walking across, and they say every summer during the beginning mist, they see an old man walking out there, not knowing where he's from or where he's going. Ooh!
At this point, you don't even have to have the mist. You just look at him, and you're like, dude, you even know what year it is. You know what day it is. Do you know who you are?
Hey, Mr. John. No, yeah, hold on. Yeah, I saw that too. It looks a little bitey. I don't know if it's because of my internet or because of Rumble Studios, but it is what it is. It's clear on my end, but that's because I have a nice camera. But if you can still hear us, it'll be up more at the end. So
I was gonna say you might as well just listen because I don't have a face.
That's true too. I mean, you have a face, but you don't show your face.
Exactly.
Otherwise, it's probably a pretty face, but I don't. I'm not gonna.
It's a 4. Don't worry about it.
Let me give you the number, and I'll get right back to you. No, but no, I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it too, and there's not much. I can
It's
do
a little
about
rainy, but
Yeah.
and considering the fact that now Rumble is doing ads like every 10 minutes, just listen.
Yeah. Well, and I paid for premium, but yeah, I've been seeing that.
I haven't, and I'm like,
it's cassette tapes.
Yeah, it's a cassette tape.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about like a watch or something. But it's Rolex, not Memory X.
Yeah, Memory X is. See, I would think it was videotape, but no, he's right. It's audio. It's cassette.
Yeah, but I mean, at least you can still see us. But yeah, once the stream is done, it'll look a lot better. But part of it could be my the internet I have versus it going to their server stuff, because I do share the internet with some other people, so I don't have control over that either. I'll have to figure that out.
I think we upgraded to fiber after our last interview.
Yeah, that's. I wish I could be on my own internet, but again, I live at a place, so I don't have my own home.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll look, because there's the T-Mobile has a little Wi-Fi thing, and I'll see if I can't ask about that, because that if I could use that for my computer, who knows what could be at. I don't know if I'd probably hit that speed pretty quick though, because I use a lot of data, especially for streaming. But you never know. And and for me, that's I just want.
Yeah, the better your internet quality is, the better your streams would be.
Yes, I'll look like a grainy old man at the end of it, but that's okay. Some of you like looking at grainy old men, so I'm not gonna stop them. But no, I understand. But yeah, it's just I'm limited by what I have, and I don't. I have enough to keep a roof over my head, food in my belly, myself clothed, and yada yada yada. So I'm
Uh-huh.
grateful for all of it. Um, but yeah, it's well, man, these people are taking this out of cassette tapes. It's been a long time since I've seen the cassette tape, though. Holy heck! I remember
Yeah.
when, like, you remember when VHS was as prominent? That
Oh yeah.
cassettes and VHS,
Oh yeah.
insane.
All my childhood. All my childhood. Cassettes and VHS.
Hmm.
CDs didn't show up until I was in high school. And then I thought they were going to be a
Oh,
thing of a fad. I didn't think they were going to stick. And now we have
yeah.
Blu-ray.
Well, yeah, Blu-ray. Then you have Blu-ray, and then for you Blu-ray, and then you go up to like 4K and now 8K. I'm just like, guys, this when HD came around, we were like, oh my gosh, this looks clean. Then after
Yeah.
that, it was just like I can't tell anymore. What's the difference? What's
I
the
can tell the
difference?
difference between HD and 4K, but only if I'm playing a video game.
Okay, you gotta look real close to those
I-
pixels. Like I see you, I see
If
you.
I'm playing Skyrim, I can tell the difference because I had it in HD and now I've got it
Yeah,
in 4K. So I can
yeah,
definitely see the difference. But otherwise, nah.
yeah. I know that. I know that. I know that Super Mario. I'm a little low quality over there. It's okay. I'm low quality on both ends, Super Mario. I get it. Okay. I can't control it. It's not my fault. It's either internet or something else. Will you stop?
Moose,
Stupid.
I
You know what I
completely
mean?
agree. I completely
Yeah.
fucking agree with you, Moose.
Well, the only issue is though is that some of them are mostly magnetic tape. So if you just run the
Yes,
magnet over it,
but he's talking
yeah,
physical media. That includes printed book.
yeah, that's true. No, I'm not downloading anything, Cyber Mario. I have you on once. You act like the big guy on top. Well, I mean the HD format. It just went up from there. Like 720
Yeah,
was like the big thing, and then it just went up to like what 1080, and then 1440, and
yeah. It
all
just
this other stuff.
it's technology. It has to double. It's fine.
Yeah, it's Moore's law. The transistor doubles every year, and to the credit, it's true.
Well,
That's why you
when
have
computers first came
phones
out,
like this.
computers first came out, you had 1 megabyte or one byte. Then you got 2 bytes. Then you got 4 bytes. It
Hmm.
just doubles. God, I
Oh
can still
yeah,
remember the first computer.
you
One of
remember
my
how
first
big those?
computers. Yeah,
Go ahead.
I can remember not only how big they were, but I can remember the commercials. The last computer you ever need, 100 and some odd megabytes. And now we're what? Terabyte?
Petabytes, I think, is the biggest, or zettabytes. I can't remember which
I
one.
have not seen a
Uh,
zettabyte, but I would believe it. I just remember one of the last things my dad said was, "Well, they said I'd never need another computer after the megabyte. I'm glad they stopped saying that after a while, because by that time we were in
yeah,
gigabytes."
yeah. Megabytes. I think was during the
90s.
dial-up era,
Yeah.
and then 90s. Yeah, and then and then it went gigabytes, and then
Yep.
terabytes. Like think the new thing. Now
Yep.
it's two different ones: terabytes. HDD and terabytes SSD. So there's
Yes.
two areas right there, two areas of storage too.
Solid state
And SS,
or not,
yeah,
or the
solid,
other. I don't. Solid state's the better one. That's actually the original
yeah,
hard drive. The solid state was the original hard drive. They got away from it because they could fit more stuff on the whatever it's called.
hard drive, the hard drive, the platter, the disk platter.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And now they're going back because they're like, oh, it's more stable.
Yeah, and it's no moving parts is the thing.
Exactly.
There's no moving parts, but
Exactly.
it does need power though. So yeah,
Well, they
you have
both
to be
do
careful with that.
technically.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't run a hard drive
the
without
laser.
power.
Yeah, true. That is very true. Was not HD and Blu-ray. It was called DVD, HDVD. That's right, HDVD and Blu-ray. I remember that
Fine.
too because
There was
yeah,
CD, then there was HD. then there was DVD, then there was Blu-ray. They were all discs.
Don't forget though, there was Laserdisc. There was
Yes,
Laserdisc.
it was Laserdisc.
Laserdisc was sort of that in between before it went to
Yeah.
DVD.
And that
because
Laserdisc was kind of like the beta.
Yeah.
Because you had
Yep.
beta and then you had VHS, and the beta, while smaller, was better quality.
Mhm.
But it didn't stick around for long. And yes, Laserdiscs
Yeah.
are technically ancient, but then again, so
Yes,
are
they are.
VHS.
Yeah. Betamax is even more ancient.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, because I remember seeing a laser, and the laser disc itself was red. So I don't know if that was a interesting factor, but it was a red disc for the laser disc. And I was like, so this, why you call it a laser disc? Just call it a DVD.
Because it was different. It was a completely different animal. It's like you couldn't put the beta into a VHS and expect it to work. It's not going to.
Yeah.
You couldn't put a laser disc into a DVD drive. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
I don't know. No, the Laserdisc couldn't work on a record player because the design was different. It had to have a completely different setup. Because I also remember records, old vinyl records. I mean, hell, I had a record player as a kid.
Nice.
Cat, stop that! You're not cleaning my desk, my chair. Just got a new one.
See, now that I could believe that, but I've not heard of that. I don't know about that. And then Submar's like, I have two digits, Moonwalker and Making of Thriller. Ooh. Moonwalker. Oh, Moonwalker, James Bond, I think is what he's talking about. Oh, and Predator 2. Wow, I didn't know there are many more. I just knew of the one. That's insane though. Because again, like you said, it was a beta before a DVD.
Yeah.
And then right now it's still Blu-ray to a degree because Blu-ray can hold up, I think, twice as much data as said DVD. What will come next? I don't know, but nowadays.
Now they're all trying to go to digital, and I'm like, but I don't want the digital because technically I'm leasing it. Yeah. I'm not actually owning it. I want to own the product. I don't want to lease it. I'll give you a good example. I have bought books on Kindle. I went back into my Kindle. I can't find them. They don't exist anymore. But every single book I ever bought in hard copy, I got. I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that anymore. Thank you. If I can't read the books I want to on my Kindle because I can't find them, it's pointless to me.
Yeah, that's a lot of things. I've tried to at least buy. I didn't buy it when it first came out, but I bought a few DVDs, or DVD Blu-ray combos because they do sell those movies I wanted to. But at the end of it, the ones I wanted to get, DVD can hold 4.7 gigabyte. A Blu-ray can hold 50 gigabyte.
There we go.
That's a lot. That's
that
a lot
is.
there. Hey, Pops, how are you doing, good sir? Oh, I gotta bring up. Hey, Pops, how are you doing, good sir? I know, everyone, I know it's grainy on both ends. There's not much I can do about it, but the YouTube's looking better. But yeah, don't. Oh, they're looking a little better now. But anyway, I was excited for. What is he saying? He's saying I was excited for the Blu-ray for file storage potential, but they overpriced. Yeah, they do. They do kind of overprice that, especially if it's especially if it's a Blu-ray DVD combo. Then they really throw that.
And yes, Moose, you're right. That is one of the reasons that Betamax went away. Because it was better, but VHS was cheaper.
Oh yeah,
and VHS could hold more.
Really?
Beta was smaller. Yep. Beta was better quality, but it was smaller on the amount that you could hold. So VHS could hold more.
So what you're basically saying is Betamax was DVD and VHS was Blu-ray at that point. Because
as far as storage goes. Yeah. But Blu-ray is better than DVD as far as quality.
Layered, yeah, dual layered is what it's called. I forgot what it was called, but yeah, dual layered is what the thing on the Blu-ray is called, because it's like it holds that much more data within it. I mean, don't get me wrong, some movies look great in Blu-ray, and some look like they're. I remember when Blu-ray was coming out, and you'd watch a movie, and hey there, Half Pine, how are you doing, sir? How are you? I remember when Blu-ray came out, and it looked like some movies looked like either was a TV or something, but it would look like they were actually there on set.
Right.
There was a movie called 50 First Dates by Adam Sandler, and it looked like they were actually there on set. Now you'd have this sort of drag blur thing, but it did look like they were recording it right then and there without all these cinematic fluff, which I was like, are they recording the movie or is this like real?
I've heard about that, Cyber. I have heard about that.
Yes. It's a new technology for storage based on glass, which properly taken care of can last millions of years, unlike current discs. See, now that's
Yes.
something.
I've heard about this. A friend of
Mhm.
mine was telling me about it. Sounds interesting. Sounds expensive, but sounds interesting.
Yeah, if they can get it right and able to transcribe the data off. Are they all staying inside a huge visual bubble now, and there's no need for green screen anymore? There was that thing in Las Vegas that I know of called the Sphere, and that's huge. That's crazy huge. What is one of the discs still suffer from the disc rot issue that they probably do. They disc and data and stuff will only last so long.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
3.5 floppies. 3.5 floppies die quick. Thank God.
goodness.
I had some horrendous stories on 3.5 floppy. They no longer exist.
See, it's true. That is true.
Thank God they no longer exist.
Oh yeah, floppy is good. You remember how they were so big? Like you had these huge giant ones that was
5
just
and
like
a quarters, 3.5. 5 and a quarter. 5 and a quarter were the ones that actually were floppy. Then you had the 3.5, which were hard.
Mhm.
And that's what on almost every word processor, the save icon is that 3.5 floppy. But the very first computer I had both the 5 and a quarter and the 3.5.
Yeah, and it was funny and interesting because when you when you watch some of those old movies, you get to see these
Uh-huh.
pictures. I'm like,
They're pulling out that disc. I'm like, that's a 5 and a quarter. I know what that is. That's a 5 and a quarter.
oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
I have
My dad wanted the 5 and a quarter and 3.5 floppy, and he didn't want the hard drive because the
Mm,
hard drive replaced the 5 and a quarter.
interesting. Well, yeah, and the again, the more compact it gets, and again, a floppy disk is basically just like magnetic tape.
Oh, it
It's
is.
basically all it is. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
and
It
then
was
you
easy
get
to delete. Run a magnet over it. You're good. Nothing
yeah.
left.
I think they call that in deleting that they call that gauzing or gaussing.
I
Or
don't
something
remember.
Like that. Yeah. But yeah, is then you had, of course, the HDD drive, which is just a magnetic plate. But like you said, if you run a magnet over it, good luck.
It's gone. It's gone.
It's gone right out of there.
Uh-huh.
And then
In one of my stories, actually, what will be season 4? I think it was season 4. It may have been season 3. It was season 3. No, season 2. Sorry, season 2. One of the characters is actually talking about the fact that these guys are so old that, you just took a magnet and ran it over the disk and you erased all the data. They thought you could do the same thing to a hard drive. So they actually were reconstructing the hard drive to figure out what the heck was going on and where the people were. Yeah, I have some fun using technology that's ancient, old, and nobody knows about.
You won't be able to find me. Degaussing, that's right. Jack Tarlett's got
Yes.
degauss. It's the term for it, where they just run a big magnet over it and it just kind of and when you have companies, right? Companies who have data on hard drives, they do send it to a place where they either get physically chopped up into like little bits and pieces and they just get recycled over, or they get degaussed. And as it goes, is the gaussing is just like one huge magnetic pulse or something over it, and it's just done. It's gone. You can magnetically wipe a drive. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. No. Now you get so much encryption on Digi. I prefer old floppies. Yeah, I can understand that, but as technology goes on, you're kind of forced to use the new stuff because
it won't work.
Yeah, it won't. You can't transfer over. Otherwise, you have to go through like this whole line of technology, and it's just like, is it working now? Nope.
And the one thing about floppies is that you could take it from one computer to another, and it's not reading anymore. It says, "Oh no, you need to format the disk," even though it's formatted and you've got data on it. I had that happen on 3 different computers. It was formatted at home, wouldn't read it as formatted anywhere else. Took it home, it was fine.
That's
That doesn't
insane.
happen with your flash drives. That doesn't happen with your cloud storage. That doesn't happen with your CDs. So
Yeah, that's insane though. But it goes to show you how too far away it is for you to use that stuff.
yeah,
And he
and that was
says,
in the days where 3.5 floppy was still one of the key storage units.
mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
we're talking. I was in high school, so long time ago for everyone else, but not that far away for me. Oh,
I was alive when floppies were around. Come on, give me
I'm
some
not saying.
credit.
Okay, you were alive, but you were in what, elementary school?
Well, something like that, sure. But I
Yeah,
was still alive when floppies were still partly a thing. But they were on their way out. So
yeah.
when I was younger, floppies were there, but they were slowly being churned out
And
because
see, I had on the farther end, 8 tracks were going away, and cassette discs were coming in when I was a kid. That should tell you how old I was.
you're one old lady, but you're all good. But yeah,
Yeah, we
it's
still have 3.5 floppies. They just can't not be read anymore. I know. Thank God.
and especially if you detach it before you release. Now,
Yes.
how we've released it from? No, that's not true. With Microsoft, there are some uh, thumb drives where you can take it out and it won't do any damage to it.
If it's
Um,
not being read currently, correct. But if it's being read, you have to disengage it. You have
yes,
to go to
yes,
inject.
yeah. And the
But
funny thing is there sometimes where you try to do that, try to disengage it, and it keeps saying that it's still being used. I'm like, I'm not using it. Why are you? And so you'd have to like start the computer over or something like that.
or you just put the computer in shutdown because now it's no longer reading. Now I can pull
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, it was right around the time I graduated high school. You're absolutely right.
2002. I was alive in 2002. You're not that old. Uh,
Yeah, I was graduating high school in 2001.
2000. I learned about degaussing. Yeah, I'm still old. Uh, Somewhat. Their legacies, they become an icon of most. Yeah,
Yes,
exactly. Like floppy
yes,
disk. Yeah, that was funny.
absolutely, absolutely. Most people, the new generation doesn't have any idea what the hell that symbol means. They have no. They know what it means save, but they don't know why it came up.
Yeah,
Why we use that symbol to save.
born in '89. Not bad, pops. Not bad. No wonder you're called. No wonder you're called pops. You're an
You're
old
younger
man.
than me, dude.
Mm, it's true. All right. My don't even have a DVD BD reader. Yeah, I
Yeah,
I
a
only
lot of them
got
don't.
only got I got a Blu-ray DVD reader. Well, I got a DVD reader because my computer does not have any slots in it for that. It's just complete. You have to connect through USB port, um,
Hmm.
and then you can use safely remove this. Well, I know that, but that doesn't work all the time. There's sometimes where you could do that and says it's still reading from it, and like she said, you kind of have to shut it down or
Shut
whatever.
the computer down and let it stop so that everything's off. Then you can disconnect it. I know. I've done it.
I use Concord discs as coasters. That's Concord is the game that got soured on the PS5. That's hilarious. Oh my
Haven't
goodness.
played that. I do have a
Well,
PS5. I just haven't. I don't have many games for it because every time I'm
as
like, I want this game. My husband's like, oh, but it's also on the Xbox. I'm like, okay, we'll get it on the Xbox.
crazy kids. Yeah, we're not crazy. We're
Yes, I
just
am. Speak for
we're full of
yourself, dude. I'm crazy.
we're full of delight.
I, speak for yourself.
My
I'm crazy.
goodness
I'm not
sake.
insane. I'm just crazy.
I'm only here to say I'm crazy enough to throw you off. Oh, I still don't know what chord you're better off. Don't worry about it. Concorde, just leave it this way. Concorde was a French jet plane that would have a crooked nose. That's all you need to know what Concorde is.
And
That's
that
the
works
only
for me.
uh, that's the only Concorde you need to know, and then they just got rid of it. That was the best, I think there was like an accident or something with it that they got rid of it. But the Concorde, all I remember is that was done by the French, and it had like a weird cone nose that was kind of at an angle. And I was just like, oh, that looks pretty neat. But yeah, something happened. And Cyber Mario is explaining what Concord is. The fail that died 2 weeks until 4 million dollars. Well, they probably wasted just as much with the suicide game. Suicide,
Uh,
no,
yeah, I
suicide player,
Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad. That's right. That is
Yep.
true.
I
That
saw
is
that. I
true.
was like, "Are you kid? Okay, nope. I'm not touching that one either."
It's like radiation. You stay away far from that, otherwise it's gonna kill
Yep.
you.
I've been hearing
But
about the new Dragon Age game. I'm like, "Excuse me? Excuse I like Dragon Age. I ain't touching that
mm,
shit."
yep, yep. I've been hearing those stories too. But anyway, it is, ladies and gentlemen, the top of the hour, and of course, you'll know what we do here.
Yep.
Um, but uh, both of our links are down in the description below, whether you're on Rumble, whether you're on YouTube. But anyway, since it's been a while, why don't you go ahead and promote yourself, young lady,
Thank
and
you.
I'll
I
do my
shall. I am
hour.
CorinthPanther. I am a podcaster, audio fiction drama, specifically fantasy mystery in the world of Florin. Welcome to Florin is in its second season. I am hoping, against hope, to release season 3 here shortly.
Mm-hmm.
I do have an announcement. I have started a subscribe star. You will be able to find links in the podcast when I finally get up to that computer. Unfortunately, we just did a major switch, so I got an older computer. My husband got a brand new computer, so everything has to be kind of interconnected so I can work on things on my main computer, so my back doesn't kill me.
Mhm.
Right now, it's all upstairs, which is I don't like.
Yeah.
But yes, fantasy mystery, because I decided there isn't enough fantasy in the world of fiction podcasting.
Yeah. And yeah, you said it was your second season, right?
Yep, second season is up. I am working on 3. 3 actually technically should be released. I
Mm-hmm.
just have like 1 or 2 little tweaks I want to do, and like I said, with my health issues, I'm like, I don't
Mm.
want to sit up there.
Yeah.
I don't
And
want to
that's
sit up there.
understandable. Yeah. And that's understandable. I mean, you have to do what's best for you at this
Yeah,
point in time because otherwise you're just going to cause yourself more pain. But yeah,
exactly.
but yes, all the links that I know of that I had from last time are all down there. So if you
Yeah,
wanna, and just like I showed, there you go. You got
do
someone.
follow
Somewhere.
me on X. That's probably the best place.
Yep.
If you want to join the Discord, DM me, because that damn link keeps changing.
Stop changing.
I've got it set up so it's not supposed to expire ever.
Hmm.
Every time I go in, I have to redo it. I'm like, okay, fine. I'm just gonna tell people, message me, email me, whatever you want if you want to get on the Discord, because it's just gonna be easier.
Yeah, it sucks. I think I have to change my Discord link in my link tree because I think it may be expired as well. But then
Yep.
again,
It's supposed to. It expires every 7 days. I'm like, what the?
yeah, anger inducing. All right, see you later, pops. Thank you for coming by. See you later, good sir. But yes, all our links are down in the description below, and like she said, give her a follow on X because she's if she's worth the follow, give it to her because she's
I hope
nice.
I'm worth the follow. I
It's
don't post much. I'm
yeah,
not that active on social media.
yeah. It's understandable though. Uh,
I'd
but
rather
it's,
put my time into actually making and creating something rather than sitting on Facebook or X or wherever responding to people or liking or whatever. I'm like, no, let me create, let me write, let me record.
mm.
Let me give you something to be interesting instead of me just reposting.
There's already too many reposters online anyway.
Exactly.
We don't need any more.
Nope.
It's so full of like, oh, if you've been on Twitter X, it's sort of like um what is it? You have all these people just asking questions like, "Oh, what is your favorite color? Oh, what would you do if you were in this situation?" Oh, it's just like, guys, it's an engagement post. Can you just please stop?
Yeah.
Goodness sake. Um,
Yep.
but anyway, from my end of things, whether you're on Rumble, whether you're on YouTube, if you wouldn't mind, please leaving a like, sharing the stuff, leaving a follow, or leaving a comment. One of it, all of it, doesn't matter. Any help with the engagement is much appreciated because, again, I get seen more, which brings on more people. right? Because a lot of people who I've had on here as guests are in the chat. So if you want a real good example, ask Jack Tarlad, the man himself, because that dude's been on like 8 times already. That he just don't know when to quit. No, I enjoy having him on. It's been a while, but yes. So yeah, any help with the engagement is much appreciated. And of course, if you want to see where else I'm at, like my link for Rumble and YouTube are in the link down below, in case you want to see where those are at, or my Twitter X, my link to Discord. Probably gonna have to look into that, and then of course my email. Again, guys, any help with the engagement, and also if you want to see where else I'm at, my link is down below. Because again, I am going to my new milestone is 200 different people, and I think I'm sitting around a little over 110 different guests. So we'll see if I get down to it by the end of the year. Who knows? But at the end of the day, any help with engagement is much appreciated. And my link is down. Our links are down below, so don't forgive us to give a look out. But anyway, well, hello, BBP Evening Panther. Yes, it is. It's CorinthPanther. She doesn't show her face, but you will hear her voice. She will. She will get you if she has to. Did someone say Friday? Look, Abe, if you keep bringing it up, Abe. I'm gonna put Jack in between us, and he's gonna treat you like status geek, and he's gonna talk all over you. Abe is someone who's coming on Friday. So,
Sorry, what I miss?
No. Abe
I
is.
the bathroom. Sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. No, I was just saying. Abe has been saying like this whole week because he's coming on Friday. He's been mentioning he's coming on Friday, and I'm just like, you know what? I will get Jack Tarlad on here, and he will treat you like status geek because Abe is on another show called Chinwag, and it's with a bunch of UK people, and one of the gentlemen on there is called Stasis Geek. And so Stasis Geek is very passionate about all the stuff they're talking about. And so he kind of gets to be the bigger voice on there because he's very, so whatever. And so poor Abe doesn't get very much speaking time. So when he's coming on Friday, he's going to be like he's Stasis and talk over me. So we'll see how well it goes. But if you want to keep mentioning Friday, I'm going to bring Jack on here, and we're going to see who's the big talker. Because I know Jack can talk if he wants to. He's a big talker. Justice for Abe. There's no justice. Justice for Harambe. Justice for Harambe over Abe. Goodness sake! I will take a 10-year-old dead gorilla over. Justice for Harambe. Justice for Harambe.
Oh my God.
It's gonna be like, hey, that's Friday's over. Oh my gosh, that is too funny. Every time someone brings up justice for Abe, I'm gonna say no, justice for Harambe. What the hell's wrong with you? Angelica, what Angelica? I don't know what you mean by there's a Angelica. What are you talking about? Angelica, I don't. What? Justice for Jack, you stinking dog. You changed it up. Look, there we go. Steve gave us a good true hero right here. Let's all give remembrance to Harambe, the real hero of humanity's story. Died for our sins because somebody couldn't keep an eye on their kid at a zoo. Yeah,
No,
I just changed out.
My father-in-law gave us a stuffed gorilla right after the Harambe thing, and I don't remember if we had it or somebody gave it to us, Charlie Brown. So my husband sticks the gorilla on the end of the headboard and sticks Charlie Brown in there. And he's like, Harambe. I'm like, okay. It's still hanging there. I've never touched it.
See, now that's what they should really talking about. Kamala Harris murdering Harambe. There's no justice until we get Kamala Harris for murdering Harambe. That is wrong. That was like it's like JFK. At least we know who the killer is.
Do we though? Do we really know who killed JFK?
Well,
I'm still questioning everything.
well, that was that would be more like her dad or grandfather with her, but no, justice for Harambe. Never forget. Hail to the 555. I don't know what 555 means.
Me either. Don't look at me. I mean,
Don't
you can't look at me, but
I can't imagine that I'm looking. It's like I see you. I see your eyes. Hail to the
no,
555.
I'm covering them. Oh.
Trying to do a making impression. Kamala travel in time and kill.
You know, she's just that shy of a witch. It's possible.
That's true. It was the gorilla. It was the gorilla. The gorilla killed the gorilla. That was just to
You
compare.
know,
Harambe got himself.
I'd have to see the photos of the shooter again, but that might be a thing.
Look, the dude was very hairy. He looked very bent over. One could say he was a gorilla, but we don't know. We don't know.
Nope.
All right?
I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go with it. Sounds good. I like it.
That's the new conspiracy. That'd be hilarious. All we know is that this Mandela effect could be that Harambe killed himself. And Cyber Mario says Harambe is what they're supposed to. Come on.
God.
Goodness, that's hilarious. That, you know what? I don't doubt it. I don't doubt that Harambe had some dirt and they said he's got to go. He's got to go. And so go he did.
Uh-huh. Wouldn't surprise me in the least.
Oh, but no, anyway, but that was like, I don't remember how long it was. That was like, probably 10 years ago at this point now. Goodness sake. Actually, probably just look it up first so I don't want to be wrong. 2016. So,
Right?
8 years. Gosh.
Yeah. I was going to say, it couldn't have been 10 years ago. It had to be closer to 8 or 9.
Well,
But yeah.
8 is kind of close to 10, but yeah, it's 8 years when it was done. Wow. 2016. That's Diddy.
Trump's first term.
Yeah, that's Diddy didn't Epstein himself. Hey, look.
I'm really thinking that's going to be true.
Well, that's going to be
the same prison in almost the same cell, and he's in for the same kind of crimes. I'm sorry, but something's fishy there.
It's the way Diddy smells. It's what's fishy. But anyway,
I mean, you're not wrong, but and I'm not a fan of Diddy. Don't take what I'm saying to mean I'm a fan of his, but something's up. Something doesn't smell right with this whole thing.
Yeah,
I've got a sneaky suspicion that he had some blackmail material on somebody.
And the funny thing is, you see a lot of people who was deleting their account or whatever because of after Diddy got.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, why would you, unless that insinuates that there's something you were involved with that you didn't want to be? That's
Now, I heard a theory. I don't know how true it is. I don't know how much stock. But who's one person that has a lot of power that like to play with boys?
Michael Jackson.
No. And he's still alive. Let me clarify. He's still alive.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I apologize.
Think pretty powerful. Somebody that let's just say had a place of high rank power and probably still has his fingers in the government.
I got it. I didn't think of it before. But Barney. Barney's the one. Barney did.
Yes. Yeah, you're absolutely right. No, I'm thinking of Obama.
Oh,
Obama was into men. And he ran in the same kind of circles as Diddy. And he's got the kind of power that could say, yeah, we want him gone because he's got blackmail on us.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not saying that's true. I'm just saying that it's a possibility.
possibility. Yeah, and you never want to. Sorry, you never want to assume either, because the moment you assume, it's like, oh, it's not
They
their
can
fault
ask
or
that of you
whatever.
and me.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You got it. Don't.
And Cyber Mario, I am not going to leave Obama or his husband or his mistress or his other mistress, Mister, out of it. I
That's a
wouldn't be
lot of.
surprised if Obama had several side people. I
You could
really
say.
wouldn't.
You could say he pulled in Obama. Okay, that was pretty lame.
That was bad. That
That.
was low. You didn't aim at the groin there. You were going right for the shin.
Sometimes you got to kick up a little dirt in order to get to it. But hey, I get my kicks in either way. But yeah, it's not going to be pretty. Who knows how it'll turn out? But at the end of the day, a lot of people were, hey, dashboard, nice for you to join us. I hope you don't get disturbed by our talking. A peace, justice for Harambe. Now that Dashbird's here, justice for Harambe. It's been 8 years. It's time. It's time. Justice for Harambe, everyone. Don't hashtag Harambe. If you really wanna help out mankind, you do hashtag for Harambe.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just gonna see my post later on hashtag for Harambe. It's like, God dang it.
That is going to be clipped and shared across the internet.
That's all right. That's what I'm here for, to be clipped and shared across the internet. At that point, I'll be a non-consent prostitute. I did not consent to be shared like that.
But would you complain?
Yeah, well, I'm not gonna touch that with a 10-foot ball.
Okay,
Oh,
then.
man. Woo, that's fire. That's fire right there. It's like that one scene where Will Smith's like, "Woo, that's hot. That's hot."
Uh-huh.
Mm. Oh my gosh. Oh man, that's why I enjoy doing this. But yeah, it's gonna be a weird thing. And I know a majority of people are gonna be watching the whole debate thing. So I know I'm not gonna be very
I'm going to watch it on the replay. I'm almost hoping that Razor Fist does it.
Oh, okay. So you watch Razor Fist?
I do watch Razor Fist.
Oh man.
I love him. I really do. He's got that snarky wit, that dark humor, and the heavy metal. And when he's talking to Alice Cooper, I'm like, dude, you have my attention.
Harambe and Uganda Knuckles.
Oh God.
Oh goodness. Like another clipped and shared sounds like another. Oh goodness. No, Big Block. No. I've seen it before on others. I've been trying to go out there and trying to get some of those people out there, but they probably get bombarded. So for me to get noticed and have them on, it's a workup ladder. But I'll try with Razor Fist. Who knows? I may not be as
with Razor Fist. I get the feeling that he would probably either him or Hexenhammer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've watched
the two big names, but they seem to be also for the creator. So
I'll try at least, because it's one of those
can't
things.
Hurt.
Yeah, exactly. I've tried to many people. I've tried to get like Epic Mike, Blabs on, but they ain't replied. So
right.
Who knows? Said remember when Will Smith said Marcus Brownlee? I don't remember that. I don't remember that at all. Do you know the way? Do you know the way? I just when you say it like that, it just reminds me of Cool Runnings.
Didn't see that movie. I know it. What? I didn't see it. I don't watch a lot of movies though.
What?
I'm not a movie fan.
What? So you read books a lot then?
I read mostly books. Yep. Nope, I'm not a TV or movie fan. And here's okay. As a writer, I can sit down and watch a movie and go, plot hole, plot hole, plot hole, another plot hole. Hey, look, you can fit three semi trucks side by side through that one.
Yeah. That's a big gaping plot hole right there.
Uh-huh.
Look at that. Look at that. That's so big, Johnny. No, don't go there.
I watched Wolverine and Deadpool. I have an issue. I have some and the minor critiques, but there's still a critique. I'm like, don't get me wrong, good movie, absolutely great movie, but there's a few slight problems with it that I'm like, if you would explain that, it would be better.
What are you gay? Yeah, I know exactly.
What you gay?
What are you gay? No, and the thing is, actual gay rights and stuff. The guy who's whoever is asking upon that remark. But it is Afrikaans, so they do. So at a certain point, you start losing. Like there's that accent thing. You start. Wait, what did he say? What? Oh, what? Hold on. I can't. Hold on, guys. Oh, I gotta rewrite.
Right, let me put the closed captioning on. Thank you.
It's like even the closed caption doesn't get it. Oh my goodness. But
now I am an anime fan, but I have to watch it sub because of my dyslexia.
Oh, okay.
I cannot read and watch. So unless it's an audio thing. So I'm like, okay, I can listen to it. Yeah, but then you don't get the voices. Yeah, and the women are all high-pitched screamers, so I really don't care.
There's reasons why they're high-pitched screamers. Anyway.
I know.
But,
oh my gosh, there's some that they've actually done very well finding somebody that sounds like the Japanese actress. And I'm like, oh, okay, nope, I can't watch this. I'm done. Because it hurts my ears. It hurts my ears. I'm just like, nope, we're done.
Jack. You read this from Jack.
Oh my god.
God dang it, Jack. Come on, Jack. Jeez.
Dude.
You know the groundhog will be the next president. Hey, you know what? At this point, we don't even know who our president is. So there you go.
No, we don't.
You know what? I can't do it, Jack. I can't do it on YouTube, unfortunately, because I have to be monetized. But I will give you at Jack. Nope, I gotta capitalize. So at Jack Tar Lad gets the two things I have. He gets a gold star and a fancy gold moon. So there you go, Jack. Those are for you. Just because of that joke, you get both the fancy gold star and the fancy gold moon. So that was impressive. I almost died laughing. There you go. So that's for you, Jack. But I can't do it on YouTube because you have to be monetized in order to put up emotes and blah 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 blah. It's just dumb. Oh, and Mrs. Click Dirk from South Park. South Park is just.
I watched a few episodes of South Park, but again, not a TV watcher, so I never really got into it. Now, Futurama.
Oh, you watched?
Oh yeah, Futurama. I could get into. I know it was created by the Simpson people. I didn't really care for the Simpsons, but Futurama, I'm like, okay, this is funny. This is funny.
And it's I've only seen a few episodes, I think, and they're just usually just see bits and pieces over time. But there was one with the dog. I can't remember what the dog's name was, but it would be it'd be waiting for him out the pizza place and all that stuff.
Yes.
There was that one.
Yep.
And some other ones, but it's been a while.
It's been a long time for me as well.
I
think because I could get into it because it was sci-fi, and I love sci-fi. Sci-fi, fantasy, mystery. Those are my genres right there.
Yep. The one show I really did like, unfortunately, that only got a one season that deals with sci-fi was Firefly. Firefly was a pretty good show. If you've never seen it.
Nope. I've seen it.
Oh yeah?
I keep waiting for John Wayne to come out. Every time I see that show, I'm like, where's John Wayne? We need John Wayne. He needs to come out and say howdy, Pilgrim, and then punch somebody. Come on, where is he? And it's because I know that, but it's because it's a sci-fi western.
Yeah.
And that western makes me go, I need John Wayne.
Yeah.
Now, I've been listening to a podcast called MIST, MISTD, and it claims to be a sci-fi western.
Mhm.
I'm not seeing the western. It is a sci-fi, all right.
Yeah.
It is done by 3 unpredictable, unreliable narrators. And it is basically D&D without the dice. They're just telling a story, and it is, oh my God, if I could get my podcast to sound like that, I would be in absolute fucking paradise. It is
Nice.
amazing. I've gone back and listened to it. I've listened to it twice. I'm probably going to have to start listening to it again because they're coming out with a new show. And I'm like, but
Ooh.
it's so fucking good. And every time I listen to it, I catch something different. I'm like, oh, so that, they set that up. It's so good. So good. Try and get one of my friends to listen to it. Because I think she would like it, but she just needs to have time to get into it.
You always got to start them off easy. Always start them off easy. But
Fortunately, it's like a 25-minute episode, so
Mm-hmm.
it's easy to fit into your lunch break.
That's true. That's true. Or work if you're able to.
Right.
But yeah, I don't really listen. I mean, I do listen to like, a stream or something like that, and I don't watch it because I'm at work.
Right.
But I don't really listen to podcasts because it's just there's just so many out there, and I'm just
this one fantasy. I think they qualify as fantasy, but definitely sci-fi.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, let me pull up the description. I'll read it to you.
Okay.
Because it is that good. Okay. 3 mischievous narrators spin a surreal reality-bending sci-fi fantasy space western about a crotchety outlaw, a struggling cultist, and a diabolical bastard making awful decisions in a world on the edge of disaster.
Intriguing.
3 seasons.
3 seasons. Oh, wow. I don't know how many episodes each.
It depends on the season. I think
okay.
19. I think 19 was the most.
Which season is that though?
Season 3.
Okay. So the other seasons are probably less than that. All right.
Yeah, season 2 was 19. Okay. Season 3 19. They're on 19 seasons, 19 episodes. But again, they're short episodes, 25 to 30 minutes.
Yeah, so they're basically a size of a regular TV show, which is usually like half an hour.
Yep.
Well, no, it wouldn't be half an hour. It'd be like 22 minutes plus ads, which don't
but
get
this
me
is like
started.
20. This is almost 25 to 30 minutes of showtime.
Wow. Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, it was just speaking on ads. I would, my family and I would go to something that's called KOA. It's a camping ground sort of franchise in the United States, and the you could some places you just put your camper there or a tent, and some places you could rent out a cabin of sorts, which were ridiculously priced.
Oh yeah.
But the point of the matter is that some of them would have a TV in it, so you could watch cable or whatever.
Right.
And so it's been a very long time since I've watched cable at any point or any TV. It's mostly just this, YouTube and whatnot.
Yep.
And so I go to turn it on, and my goodness, it feels like it's more of a commercial show than it is a show itself.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Okay. This is going to be weird, but have you ever played Cyberpunk 2077?
Yeah.
Okay. You know that one channel that they have on constantly called Ads Only? I swear to God, that's our cable TV right now.
I don't remember that specifically, but I have played the game, and it's more or less I'm just trying to focus on not dying right away.
Right. Right. But if you actually pay attention to the TV and you start switching those channels, you can find an ad-only channel. And it's ads only. I swear to God, that's what our cable is right now.
Yeah. because they live off that, right? And it's not
Mm-hmm.
it's not different for any YouTuber either, because again, ads and
Right.
all that stuff. And I'm
And
just like,
that's why I'm like, okay, I have to get a subscribe star because I'm not going to put ads on. I hate them so much.
mm,
I'm like, no, I'm not doing ads. I don't want them in the beginning, the middle, or the end. I don't care if I'm not making anything. I won't do ads. You want to support me? Fine, great, but I don't want it to. I don't want that ad revenue.
yeah, because you become
A slave to it.
yeah, you become a slave to it. And I mean, the only way to get around that is either you do like a support sponsor, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or you just have a monthly subscriptions thing,
Exactly.
like with Subscribestar, right? Like what you're gonna do with
Exactly.
Subscribestar. But at the end of the day, the ad revenue stuff is a beholden.
And
It's more of like a
and
chain.
small amount that you get. It's like, why
Yeah,
am I going to put these ads up that I don't necessarily care about? I don't necessarily support, and I'm not into, just so I can see $3. Maybe it might
yeah,
be $3 a week, $3 a month, maybe. If you're not doing many shows, it's like $3 a month. You might see,
yeah. And on our TV, they have an unethical adverts relating to gambling. Yeah, that sucks. That's when you know you're just getting more showings of gambling and stuff like that. That's when it's time to turn off the TV, because all they're trying to do is get you addicted
uh-huh.
to, And that's the funny thing too, is that they um they give you a helpline or whatever for gambling. It's like, but wait, so you're telling me that the addictor is giving you a helpline to get better so that you'll come back again and get more addicted. See, yeah.
And I understand why they're doing it. It's kind of like the Surgeon General warning on cigarettes.
Uh,
But at the same time, it's like, okay, you know that this shit is addictive.
mhm.
You think the gambler's really going to call that helpline? Because I don't. Now, don't
And
get me
even then,
wrong. I know alcoholics who have like, okay, I got to stop, and they go to AA. Great.
yeah,
Awesome. Good for them. But not many gamblers are going to do that.
yeah,
They really aren't.
yeah. It's it just gets sad when you start doing all this stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
he says, that's how they try and make themselves look less evil. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's great to go and try it for once, maybe to have that experience. But at the end of the day, it's just it really is just a gateway of going back in. AA is for quitters. I wouldn't say that, because there are people who have been in AA and have succeeded. So
Okay, but you go to AA so you can quit.
yeah.
So he's right. It is for quitters, people who want to quit.
Yeah. And some of them are successful, some aren't.
Exactly.
Yeah. But the funny thing is I was at a nonprofit organization, working there, and it's funny is they'd have like an AA meeting thing once in a while. And the funny thing is, these people would replace one addiction for another, right? Because a bunch of them would be smoking. It'd be a bunch of them just, puffing cigarettes the whole point. And it was sort of like they weren't really taking care of the issue at hand of why they were addicted.
But the question is, were they smokers before or after they were drinking? Because
That's
a
true.
lot of smokers are drinkers.
Mhm.
You went to in the old days, you go to a bar and you see somebody with a Coke, rum and Coke, and a cigarette in hand.
Yeah, and that's true. I wouldn't know, but still, it felt like that was they were just replacing one addiction for
Mhm.
another, because they're not really getting clean. Look, I'm not gonna saying one day at a time is hate speech. One day, yeah, one day at a time. But my thing is, for that is, if you really getting over your addiction, you would let go of those vices too, like smoking and drinking, because it's funny that alcohol is a legal addiction, funny
Yeah.
enough, but we
So soda
and
pop,
well, yeah, that's true.
caffeine.
Caffeine, that's true too.
Yeah, caffeine's a big one. Caffeine's actually as addictive as alcohol. Just saying.
Unless it's Canadian AA, it's AA. God dang it, Abe. All right. Abe gets a fancy gold star for that one. Congrats, Abe. Congrats. There you go. Look at that.
It is expensive, Steve. You're absolutely right.
There you go. There you go, Abe.
Going to the bar and buying alcohol is a hell of a lot more expensive than going to the store and buying it.
I'm thinking of becoming a professional alcoholic, but it seems good. Yeah, it does. I mean, smoking is still a lot.
Smoking is
poison. Yeah. That will only work for people who want it to work. Other people who don't care, they won't notice that. But yes, alcohol is
is a
poison.
poison. Yep.
It's a legal poison, but then again, so is much of our food.
Oh yeah. Don't get me started on food freedom. I want farm to table. I really do. I want raw milk.
There's an app I use, and when I go grocery shopping, I kind of use it by, scanning the barcode and whatnot. It's called Yuka, and of course it's made by the French. Like two brothers and a lady.
They've got food freedom. I'm game.
Yeah, it's free to use. They do have a way that for supporting them. They don't get paid by the products to get an upper hand. So everything they've done is to research scientifically and medically. And I think I could bring this out. Heroin is still a good deal though. Look,
it is. It's cheap. It's cheap.
Yeah. Did someone say Friday? You should. No, you have to spell like FDAE day. Guess they have to drink the Old Spice after shave the same. Ugh, that doesn't sound okay. I gotta find. Let me find it.
Oh my gosh! I've heard of people who are so addicted to alcohol they turn to loving alcohol. I'm like, dude, that's just that. Nope.
That's even worse. Okay.
Yep.
So here's they have a mobile app, but here's what I'm talking about. So this is Yuka. Right. It's 100% independent project. No influence from brands. That's what I was talking about. No ads. Responsible financing. So they do have. It evaluates the quality of your food, right? So you take it, you scan the the barcode. UPC. You scan the UPC and it'll give you a rating, bad, and then tell you about the additives and all the other stuff to it. And so will cosmetics. It'll do now again. In order to get more out of, there's a free portion of it, but it only goes so far.
Right.
And then after that is, and you can. I think I give like it's yearly, right? You give a yearly amount, and the one I'm doing is like at $10 or $15 a year. But I mean, for what this does, it's incredible. It is incredible, and they give you recommendations for healthier products, at least from what they have. So you have lip balm, Burt's Bees, all this stuff, and 4.7, 60 million or 61 million, depending on. Yeah, but it's just insane.
I might have to check that out.
Here's the features. We'll do food analysis.
I think you need to be in presentation mode for us to see it.
I am.
Okay. Just not on my screen.
Oh.
Don't worry about it.
It's on both ends.
Okay.
Yeah, you should be able to see it. You can't see the screen right here in studio?
Nope, I can't. Don't worry about it.
You're blind. But it's the website. Here's the I'm gonna
some of them do, Plymouth. Some of them do, but most don't these days.
Right. So here's the link to the place in both YouTube and Rumble.
All right.
And yeah, if you guys want to check it out for yourself, but basically it's 100% independent, no influence, responsible financing, all this stuff. And the team is basically Julie, Francois, and Benoit, and then a few others, and that's it. I mean, these are the people up top here are the founders. Are the founders of it. And again, it is by a French team, but I mean, for what it's worth, it does a really good job of what it does.
Yeah, but the French are really good about making sure the food is safe.
Yes.
And what's the word I'm looking for? Not just food safe, but good for them. So
Yeah, and there's an offline mode you could search if you get to the premium version, which is
right. I'll check it
whatever.
out.
Yep.
I'll check it out because I can guess on certain things. It's like, yeah, no, that's probably not as good, but I wonder if
Nope. But yeah, it's I use the app. It's on, I believe it's on both Android and iOS. So if you want to try it out, it is free to use. But again, the link is in both Rumble and YouTube. So if you guys are interested, look, all I do is I go to the store, I scan the barcode, and it tells me all this. I scanned a box of Fruity Pebbles.
Oh God, that's terrible for you.
So guess what the most hazardous part about it was? Guess.
Most hazardous? Probably the red 40.
It was all the food coloring.
Yep.
All the food, red, blue, it does not matter. All the food coloring in it was bad for you.
You want to know why the red's bad? This is going to shock you. All red food coloring? No, it comes from petroleum.
Wow.
Yeah, the stuff that we're digging out of the ground to make oil and gas. Yeah, that's where you get your food coloring. That's also where plastic comes from, but
Yeah, well,
that's why I think it's so funny that everyone, anytime I hear somebody go, we need to stop drilling for oil, it's like, okay, so you want to get rid of all your plastics? Because that's where it's coming from.
Yeah. Well, and then there was
petroleum.
Yeah. Well, I know there's some, like, very few plastics that are plant-based, but that's like
yeah, but that's rare and far between, and they're still having to chemically alter it to get that petroleum product.
It's crazy. But yeah, it'd be because I know that there's some people who've shown pictures of like how a majority of stuff was glass back in the day.
Yes.
And like
glass, wood, ceramic. Ceramic was a big one.
I've never seen ceramic though. I don't know ceramic jars or whatever.
Yep, ceramic jars were a big thing. They actually put a cork around the lid so it'd stick. So it'd seal. But yeah, because remember, for years, back in BC, there was no glass because glass is sand that's superheated. Ceramic, they just dig the earth out of the ground, throw it on a wheel, and wood fire it. Not a problem. That's why they got lead poisoning, because they were using lead in their blues, but because they didn't have a high enough firing, it was leaking into their food. Now, because I fire at 2,000 degrees for my pottery, I could use lead and have no issue because I'm superheating it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, cocktails. Yeah, some bugs. That's what I was thinking of. But yeah, I'm just looking at this.
Some, but few far between. Most red 40 specifically come from petroleum.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different versions, but yes, food coloring is the most dangerous in food.
That doesn't surprise me.
And again, going through my grocery store, like 90%, probably 95% of it is bad for you. Now,
let me pose a question.
Yes.
Is there a difference between the name brand and the off-brand?
Probably not.
Okay. I'm just curious because in most things I find the off-brand tastes better. And they're doing it on a cheaper level. So they may not be using the same kind of products.
True, but how do you get a cheaper product?
That's a good point. In some cases, I can tell you what Walmart did when they got their cheap-ass soda pop. It was all the things that Coke and Pepsi didn't want. They just bought it wholesale and slapped a different name on it. Yeah. The things you learn when you work at Walmart. That's where most of their products came from. Was whoever the big names were, it was one of their defects. Walmart picked it up for cheap, slapped a new name on it. Done.
Well, and that's a funny thing too, is that you have these dollar stores and stuff that will pick things up that don't get eaten. They go over expiration date, but it's like, how can they go over expiration date when they have so many preservatives in them? It's like you could just
Okay. Here's one that's going to blow your mind. Eggs, right?
yeah. What about it?
Okay. Do you know how old those eggs are that you buy in the store?
Probably a little old.
2 months old. 2 months old. If you go to a farmer and get chicken eggs that haven't been washed, they'll last for 4 months on your counter.
Yeah, I know that.
Without being refrigerated.
Yeah. So you have to buy homegrown eggs, is what you're saying.
Yep. Because the eggs that you're getting from the store are over 2 months old already. And those have been washed and refrigerated. So if you get chicken eggs, I get duck eggs from my mother-in-law, for instance. Those have to be washed because half the time they're laying them in the water.
Yeah.
So they're washed, but they go in the fridge. I've got them from, I think they're 3 months old right now, and they're still good.
Yeah. Right. So why do you say they shouldn't be washed, though? Why is
because
that?
when you don't wash them, they stay fresher longer. Because what you're doing is you're actually taking off the outer coat that makes it so the eggs don't stay fresh. Yes. Eggs are fresh when they have chicken shit on them. I know, it's weird, but it's true. They're actually better if you don't wash them.
Well, you probably would wash them before you use them.
You can wash them before you use them, yes, but if you just want to, if you want them to stay good for a long time, pick them up off the ground from the chicken, put them in your egg carton, leave them on your counter. They're fine.
Yeah, I've seen that before. There's they have those shows of like the Alaskan people or whatever, and there was one family or a couple who had like this whole like wire basket or whatever, and they just put all their eggs in it, and they were just having it on countertop. It's like, that's interesting.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely fine. Isn't that insane?
Yeah, that is.
And we know that raw milk is better for us. And every time somebody's like, no, you can't drink raw milk. It's like, wait. You're telling me that raw milk, the stuff that you just milked right out of the cow and the baby cow is going to drink, is bad for us? Now, if it's bad for us, shouldn't it be bad for the baby who doesn't have an immune system?
Well, it's a different species, though. So
not really. Not really, because you think about it. Milk that comes from us is raw. Sure. We still give it to our baby. What's the difference? It's still it has all the immune system. It's got the immunities. Because they say you should breastfeed, right? Well, why? Because it's got your immunities. It's better for them. Yeah. It's got the higher fat content. Yeah. It's got the good bacteria. It's got the bad bacteria. When you cook milk from a cow, you're getting rid of all the bacteria, good and bad. If you don't cook it for the baby cow, don't cook it for the human either. Because our immune system can handle it. The adult immune system can handle it. If the baby cow's immune system can handle it, so can ours.
Right. And Abe says you can actually preserve eggs for even longer if you cover them with oil. Forms a barrier between the egg and the egg. What kind of oil, though?
I would assume olive oil. I've also heard salt. You stick them in salt, and that'll do it too.
Oh. I wonder if that means some of the salt will transfer to the egg, though, through some form of osmosis or something. Oh, okay.
Nope.
They would used to get old milk and add boric acid to make the sour taste off it and sell it as fresh. Interesting.
Yep. Actually, you can make buttermilk by adding vinegar. You just take the regular milk, add some vinegar, now you have buttermilk. Because it's just souring the milk. Yeah.
Oh.
That's what happens when your mom is a baker of some kind and she had to make sour milk for certain things. And I'm not a...
No, Abe. No. Nope. I refuse. I refuse. I gave you your moment in the sun, but that's a brown star.
That's low.
I'm giving you a brown. That's a brown star right there. That's a little too low. Um, why do you why do you think potatoes are best in earth and stored in hay? I didn't know you could store them in hay.
Yeah. You
But
technically you just
what
want to
is
store
it?
them in a dark place, but the hay actually keeps the moisture away, so they won't
Oh,
rot.
okay.
Just like you don't want your onions and your potatoes to be stored close to each other because they will cause the other to rot. My mother-in-law
Interesting.
has
So
a
you.
trick to preserve onions for longer. What she'll do is she'll
Mhm,
take a nylon, like a nylon
mhm,
sock, and drop an
mhm.
onion in, tie a knot, drop another one in, tie a knot so they're separated. And that
Mm,
preserves them for longer.
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta write down all these. Tip number 257. No, that's interesting because again, that's a lot of information. I think a lot of people, regular
Don't.
people, don't know because
Uh-huh.
silical gel could do the same,
Maybe.
maybe, but I wouldn't want to have it around the food because
Yeah, I'd be a
kids,
little
right?
leery on that. I'd be a little leery
Yeah.
on that one.
Maybe rice. You could probably do rice with it because rice absorbs.
Rice absorbs moisture,
Yeah.
but it may also depend on what we're talking, because I wouldn't want rice around potatoes.
Mm,
Because, I mean, unless you're going to store the potatoes in a container with rice in it so the mice don't get in.
mm,
But, I mean, they might get into the hay depending on where you have it. But a root cellar is always the best. I mean, I don't have
right.
a root cellar, unfortunately. I have a pantry, so I'm kind
Yeah.
of limited, but my potatoes will usually last for a while, and if they don't, I'm going, okay, you're next year's fodder. I'll grow you.
I see those little eyes poking out. You're going next.
No, you're right. Silicone is not toxic. It's actually made out of sand.
Yeah. Silica, but I thought he was talking about those little packets you get with like the boxes
I'm
and
thinking
stuff.
because he said silicone gel. So I'm thinking the
No, he said
silica
silica.
gel.
He's saying silica gel. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's not one of those little packets, because that's not silica in there. That's something else. I mean, some of them might be silica, but I'm pretty sure they're not.
It's a granular vitreous porous form of silicone dioxide. Silica gel. Okay, well, I have to use a little. Oh, see, well, yeah, of course they just like to label it "don't eat" all the time. Yeah, because you're not supposed to. But
Also,
it doesn't mean it's not.
Well, they put think about it like this: if you put a label on something that says "do not eat," that looks like a salt packet.
Yeah.
It's probably a smart thing. Because you look at some of those and you're like, that looks like a salt packet. And you half expect somebody to tear it open and put it on their food. No, you don't want to do that. But it doesn't necessarily mean that it's not actually safe to eat. Just you don't want to salt with it.
Yeah. So a desiccant. Yes, I know it's a desiccant. Is in those packs. Yeah, I know. It's in a lot of different electronic bits as well. I'm just saying it can't be said as not non-toxic when it's telling you not to eat it. Because, yeah.
The gel packs those packets might be toxic, but the silica itself, not necessarily. Like I said, it's just made out of sand.
Hey, Demonic. Nice. Yes, it will be nice to see you on the 14th too, good sir. Looking forward to it. At least I can talk about somebody else for once who's not going to keep bringing up their date of things. Isn't that right, Abe? You're going to get it. I'm going to get you for it. And then we used to extract damp out of... Yeah, it's to extract the humidity out of the air. I know. I know what they are. Root cellars are best cool and dark. And also used for hiding dead bodies. So there you go. What is he saying? It's used to keep damp out of 3D printing stuff. Oh, okay. So it's used for that too. Okay, I didn't know that.
Me either. I know I take the packets when I get done with the exercise stuff and throw them into my rice containers. I don't mean that the rice is... Okay, so I've got a old cat litter box with bags of rice inside of it, not open. I just take those packets and throw them in so that the moisture stays away from my rice.
Yeah.
If you have a problem with moisture and salt or any of your granular herbs, throw some rice in.
Throw some rice in.
Yep, it absorbs that moisture and keeps your salt so it's actually shakeable still. Or
yeah.
your
Yeah.
or whatever
Yeah.
you wanna, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
I've done
Oh,
it
I've
for garlic, actually.
See,
To
I've
keep my
seen
garlic so it doesn't
yeah,
stick.
yeah. Yeah, I've seen bread to be used to keep humidity away as well.
Yep.
And then apples were used to keep things moist. So you have
Yes.
like the cookies you want to keep moist, you put
Yep.
like an apple slice in there, but if you want to keep them dry, you'd put a piece of bread in there.
My
Very
mom would also
interesting how
do
some of that stuff.
orange peel. She'd also do an orange peel if she wanted things to stay moist.
Oh, really? An orange peel? I know you can use the orange oils for cleaning.
Yep.
I know that's the case.
They work great.
Yeah, it's funny how a majority of our items we have or whatever can be used for cleaning and whatnot. Because a lot of the chemicals you use, yeah.
Oh yeah, are extracted from. Absolutely. I mean, the best way to clean your windows: vinegar and newspaper.
Why newspaper?
I don't know. There's something in the ink that actually does better on your windows.
Interesting. But it's the smell with vinegar though that's kind of the hard part.
Yeah, but I mean, I prefer no streaks on my windows and the smell of vinegar that dissipates in an hour or two.
Oh, yeah, point. Keep the silica packets. I'll use them in my silica packet war. Soon I shall have all the silica packets in them.
Oh no, we're gonna play dodgeball with silicone packets? That's alright, throw them my way. I'll throw them in my rice. I'm good.
Got like silica packet bean bags, whatever. Pew, pew.
Oh, that'd be fun.
All that stuff.
That'd
Get smacked right in the face.
Ow. Well, at least
I can't believe.
At least it didn't burst, and now I'm gonna eat the silica.
Yeah. I can't believe I was hit in the face with silica packets. It is so demeaning. I've come to bring you to the chopper. No, not the packets.
Oh my god.
Abe says it's for the vinegar thing. It says it's the texture of the paper. Okay, so there's something in the newspaper.
Okay.
So it's the texture of. And Steve says,
yeah, I thought it was a newspaper ink. Learn something new every day.
Huge bucket of silica. Well, I am happy for you. You know what? If your basement ever floods, there you go.
You'll be fine.
You'll be fine. You know, you have a big tub of them. You just dump the tub. Like, oh, all done. I've cleaned up now. Can I go outside to play, Mom? Oh, you dumb child.
Well, I mean, you did say clean it up. You didn't specify the how, Mom. Just saying.
Skee ball. No, it'd be cornhole. You'd set up a cornhole of silica. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's
there you go.
Way.
Then you'd be like, "Why's my head so dry?" That would be the worst day. Is just like your hand is starting to crinkle a bit. It's like, oh, I've been handling that silica again.
That's all right. Throw some lotion on it. It'd be fine.
There you go. Like she said. But anyway, guys, it is the top of the hour again. It's 2 hour, and I think we're gonna end it here. 2 hours. 2 hours with the lovely CorinthPanther. But anyway, before we go, don't have basement much. Well, you don't have self-cooling houses either, and those things. Jeez. But anyway, so we're gonna do our whole promo thing. Then we'll do another, 2 more things, and then we'll call it a night. So go ahead, Miss Corinth, and you show off your gun. Say what, why should people come to you? Promote yourself, young lady.
I am a podcaster of fantasy mystery fictional podcast called Welcome to Florin. I have currently 2 seasons released. I am hoping to get season 3 out sometime this week. I have recently started a subscribe star, so if you like the podcast, feel free to check out the subscribe star. I'm really hoping that people do and give me some idea for what they want as far as rewards, because I got no ideas. I know some of the higher level ones, but I'm like, is 25 too much to get a special podcast released just for you? I don't know.
Yeah, you'll figure it out. It's always one of those things you just gotta kind of let things go on a bit, and then you kind of just a bit by bit.
I've got some podcasts I know I want to release, but they're not quite safe for the general populace.
Ooh,
they're a little on the spicy side.
Look who's getting in the ASMR now.
Nah, come on, no. Just, they're more adult content than I feel comfortable releasing for anyone else.
So does that mean you say the big adult words in there?
Yes, I do. And I'm not just talking about the swear words I use on a normal basis.
I know. That's what I was getting at. Oh, see, you know what? You just raised the stakes, guys. If you do not go find out what she's talking about, you're at a loss. All right, you're at a loss. At least here. You heard her curse all night long. Now hear her describe the human anatomy.
Yes, you should.
You dug yourself.
I did.
You dug yourself in that hole. Goodness sake. Oh, yeah, look. You already got
I already built the damn things.
You already got someone asking for the link. You better give it.
Oh, let's see if I can actually figure out how.
You just put it into the in Rumble or whichever one you want.
There we go.
Just link it up and whatever.
I think this is it. Actually, I'm not even sure how to send it to you. I'll figure it out. Hold on.
If you I don't know if you're seeing the Rumble part or not, but if you
I can't chat in Rumble. I can't chat. I can I can see everything. But I just sent it to you on X. I think that will take it.
Okay, hold on. Let me get to it because I know there's a lot of thirsty people right now.
Apparently, I guess I'm gonna have to get on it. I did not expect to have to record that particular podcast that quick. Okay.
Okay. I see it. Copy link address. And then
make sure it works
in the Rumble side.
Because I'm not sure if I actually got I think it's the right one.
Yes.
All right.
CorinthPanther. Yes. CorinthPanther. Yes, you were up. All right. Putting the link in both YouTube and Rumble. Go and check her out. Because might as well. Hold on. I gotta answer one little thing. But I can be flexible with the. There we go. Okay, just had to answer a question and out of that. But anyway, both in Rumble and YouTube, the link is there. Give this lady a look. If she's worth your support, why not?
And like I said, my podcast is fantasy. Currently, it's fantasy mystery. I do have another one that is going to be fantasy adventure.
I'm pretty sure they're waiting to hear you describe how muscular one of the characters is.
That's sports.
We're beginning hearing some spicy stuff with a little whispering in the background.
Dude, if you knew how many stories I actually have written that I need to turn into podcasts that get very adult, you wouldn't be laughing quite so hard. There's some I seriously would not be able to release on Podbean or anywhere else just because I'm like, I can't clean this up. There's no way I can clean this up. I've ended up cleaning up quite a few of them just to make them more suitable to ages or more ages. So
Yep. Yeah, well,
yeah.
it's on both sides. So good luck with that, everyone.
Thank you.
And of course, yeah. Well, I now that you've got piqued their ears, somebody's gonna be signing up. But anyway, whether you're on Rumble, whether you're on YouTube, if you wouldn't mind leaving a like, sharing the stuff, leaving a follow, or leaving a comment, either or of any doesn't matter. Anything that helps with the engagement is much appreciated because again, it helps with being seen more and it helps with having a lot of different people on because again people who have come on as guests have been in the chat and vice versa, so there you go. So all of that helps in together and bring not only bringing more having more eyes seen on but bringing more people on as guests because it's not just going to be content creators or whatever. Some people who have asked have said no and they've given the reasons and that's fine, but at the end of the day I'm still trying to go out there and I'm not just going to try to go for some high up content creator. No, I'm going for just about anyone who's willing to, give it a chance. But anyway, also if you want to see where else I'm at, down in the description below in either Rumble or YouTube, you'll see my link. Go follow the other links with YouTube or Rumble, or go find me on Twitter X or my email. Not sure if the Discord one still works. And let's. If you want to come on, you can either leave a comment on Rumble or YouTube, or just go to those links and find me. We can get started because again, October is almost filled. So, yeah, horny stories or Mortal Kombat violence type. I think you can get a bit of both. It sounds like you can get a bit of both.
I haven't done many of the Mortal Kombat ones, but I'm not adverse.
Ooh.
I'm not adverse. I very well might do one of those here soon. So.
Oh well, thank you. I'm glad you guys were here. I'm glad you all were here. And Steve, I think you got your answers, so better look into it. But anyway,
check it out. You can find me anywhere that you find your podcast. So
yeah, and her links, all her links are down below, including the subscribe scar is in both Rumble and YouTube. But anyway, tomorrow at 7 p.m. I will have on a gentleman I've seen in the past. He is a tea seller. His name is the Dragon's Treasure, or sometimes Dragon's.
You're having the Dragon Treasure on? Oh, I have to listen to that one.
It wasn't an easy one, okay? So I had to ask, but it was. I'm hoping that'll mean more time in the future because guy seems like a good guy. He has his own business selling teas, more like anime related teas. Why don't you give, since you know him a bit, why don't you give him a quick summary for our guests on both Rumble and YouTube?
So I have not actually purchased any of his teas, but I know Ozzy Overlord is really into him. He is more of an anime-esque Japanese. The names of the teas come from more of those. They sound delicious. I'm just like, can I afford to buy tea offline? I really am not sure. But if you're having him on, I'm going to have to stop in and listen because I want to hear some of what he's saying. So you got my interest.
Yeah, he's coming in tomorrow. And again, he's more of a YouTuber than anything else. But again, doesn't matter if you're a big content creator or not. Oh, don't hurt yourself. Doesn't matter if you're a big content creator or not. It's just bringing in people on to have conversations, and gratefully he is coming on tomorrow. So he hasn't said anything yet of not coming on. So hopefully you guys will look forward to that. And that's at 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. And the last thing before we do, because I can't really do any ad reads because it's too high. The last thing we're gonna do is called Questions from a Hat. Now Steve would like to call it Doom from a Hat. Hentai, no, not hentai t-shirts. He doesn't sell those. But no, it's not Doom from a Hat, Steve. It's Questions from a Hat. So what happens is that the guest gets 2 questions, and if anyone on the Rumble side, because I'm not monetized on YouTube, if anyone on the Rumble side wants to give a rant, they can have another question pulled out of the hat. So you get 2. Hey, Sergeant Wilkie, thank you, good sir. Oh man, you caught us at the end of it too. Oh man, thank you, Sergeant Wilkie. I appreciate it, good sir. You're a diamond in the rough, and I look forward to having you on this month too. So, but we are towards the end of it. The Hat of Doom. It's not the Hat of Doom. It's the Hat Questions from a Hat. Gosh, I don't know why it keeps doing that. Thank you, sir. Thank you. But anyway, all right. So again, if you're on the Rumble side, if you want another question out of past the two, you got to give a rant. But if you're on YouTube, there's no way to do it because I'm not monetized. I'm not there for monetization.
Right.
So anyway, let's start with the first one. Oh, I can feel a good question coming along. I'm not looking into the hat. I'm not even looking down. I'm looking way up. You can see the hairs of my nose. All right, here's one. Got one, the first one right here. The first one.
All right.
All right. So what does the question say? I'm going to have to redo these because they're starting to get weird. Oh, here we go. If you could make one silly law that everyone had to follow, what would it be?
On any month that the 13th falls on a Friday, everyone has to walk backwards.
Ooh, that is silly. I mean, deadly too, because you could walk into a manhole cover and not know.
But it's silly.
Silly enough. Oh, hey, Cyber Mario. Well, thank you, sir, for being here. And of course, Big Block gave to have another question pulled. So that's 3 total. So
lay it on me.
All right. Oh, we're gonna lay it on thick. We're gonna lay it on thick like your dirty stories.
Yes.
Oh goodness. That should be a tagline. They didn't know how filthy she could get until she got filthy. Here's question number 2. Here's question number 2. That should just be like the old movie theater, like the old trailers voices, like this summer, CorinthPanther proves she's quite dirty in her stories.
I love it.
Here we go. What inspired you to want to create content?
Magnus Archives. It is
What's that?
It's another fictional podcast, but horror. And I'm not usually a horror person, but it was so good.
Whoa. Horror.
Yes.
Horror.
Yes. I'm not a horror person. I don't like to be scared.
The way you say it just sounds like something else.
Oh, yes. Because of the accent, I know. But yes.
Go ahead.
I'm not into that
now
usually, but Magnus Archives is a fictional podcast.
Okay.
Horror, HORROR. And I started listening to it, and I'm like, this is good. They have fiction. This is like a radio broadcast from the old days.
Nice.
And I started thinking about how much it costs to publish a book and going, could I translate my books into podcast? And yes, I could. So I did.
I gotta do it in the voice. This summer, Friday will happen. Oh, goodness sake. I've never heard someone, you know what? I should just get Stasis Geek on here just to ruin your night. Just get him on here, ruin your night. Just have him talk over you. Horror.
All right.
Horrors sound like, well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know. That's the accent. I'm sorry.
Look, everyone, we're not going to horror ourselves around. Dad, you got to say horror. Look, don't be a horror around this. What? No, Dad, that's not how it works. All right, third question.
All right.
Let's see what it is. Oh, here we go. What's a childhood memory that still makes you smile?
First thing that came to my mind was a Christmas present from my grandmother, which was a large stuffed unicorn.
Oh.
It was about the same size as I was. So it was pretty big. It was pretty damn big, but I'm not sure what happened to it. I think it's still up in my mom's attic. But I loved that thing.
Wow.
Bring him on. No,
awesome.
Wait.
That's right. I'll bring on your worst. I'll bring this Friday. I'm gonna bring on your worst enemy, and I'm gonna make you suffer.
That's Hulk Hogan. Come on, get your things right.
I'm gonna make you fear the Undertaker, brother, and you're gonna like it.
God, I remember the Undertaker.
Goodness. But anyway, but yes, that is the end of the show again. Tomorrow, Dragon's Tea is on at 7 p.m. And I hope you'll come and see that. He's a new person. Yes, he is more of a YouTuber, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're on YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, Kick. I haven't still got anyone from Kick yet. It doesn't matter what platform you are. Or Spot. It does. I'm not there yet for Joe Rogan. But the point of the matter is,
I'm on Spotify. I'm also on
iHeartRadio
and iHeartRadio and Apple Podcasts. Come on.
You're getting bad as Abe over here. Goodness sake. Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm dealing with two Abes now. I should get like a coin that says two Abes and a nickel. Here we go. It was a big unicorn.
I was tall. I was probably like 2 foot tall. Come on.
2 foot tall. It was a big unicorn. Hey now. Hey. She was a kid. Leave it alone. All right. Anyway, guys, hope to see you tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. And of course, as always, and don't forget to mute yourself once we get to that point.
Yep.
And always, we end with One Day With You by Pogo. Of course, I've begun putting his link down below on both Rumble and YouTube. So if you want to go see his stuff, the link is down there for you to go check him out because he really does make some great stuff. Maybe you don't agree with all of it, but at the end of the day, you can't argue with someone's popularness. Because I did get one person, Eric John, who was a guest previously, like the Doubtfire one, and so he's been listening to some of that stuff. So hopefully, if you like Pogo stuff, give him a look because the dude has made. It's been a while. He's been off the line, but let's give credit to his work. But anyway, guys, One Day With You. Bye, Pogo. Have a great night. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. Don't be late. Bye.
See you later.